you're risking your citizenships.
Transplant, Thursday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
How do you persuade a jury whose minds are already made up?
We did nothing wrong!
It's preconceived bias. Jurors walk in predisposed to a particular verdict. I got an idea for an experiment.
The Irrational, Monday on NBC. And
Kayla has a few dings on her credit report, but here she is, squealing like fresh tires in a brand new parking garage. You see, Kayla just used a portion of her future tax refund to finance a car because Byrider looked at factors beyond her credit score to help her get approved. Right now at Byrider's early tax event, you'll find flexible payment options on quality vehicles. Plus, bring in your pay stub for a free tax refund estimate.
Good evening. Welcome to News 40 at 10. I'm Chris Allen with a quick preview of our forecast. We're going to see some clouds moving in overnight tonight, seeing those already back to the west. Notice no rain just yet, but starting tomorrow, we're going to see rain chances going up, especially late tomorrow night and into Friday. And look at today's high. We reached 80, 68 is where we should be on average for this time of the year, and our low was a mild 51. It's going to be another mild evening tonight, and then we'll talk about a big plunge in temperature coming next week. All those weather forecast details coming up in just a few minutes.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 10. I'm Morgan Hoover. Our top story tonight, network news outlets are reporting at least 22 people are dead, dozens of others injured in multiple mass shootings in Lewiston, Maine. Now, this began just hours ago. Officials say they are investigating active shooting scenes at least 2 locations. A bar and grill restaurant, and the second is a bowling alley. Law enforcement officials say 50 to 60 people were injured, though it's unclear how many were injured due to that gunfire. Police have released pictures of the gunman, who is still at large. These are photos of that suspect. Residents in Lewiston are being asked to shelter in place. Businesses are being encouraged to lock down while the shooting is still under investigation. Happening around the Commonwealth now, with the Kentucky general election less than 2 weeks away, how are South Central Kentucky counties planning to operate their voting this cycle? News 40 reporter Tucker Covey explains.
Although Edmonson and Warren counties are right beside one another, voting works slightly differently in both. For Warren, the precinct model was not as functional. Voters liked being able to go to any polling place to cast their ballots.
It's more convenient for our voters because, people are in town working or they're in various areas of the county. And when it was precinct level voting, with the size of county that we have, you had to plan your day around voting.
This newer way of voting does not necessarily make sense everywhere. In Edmonson County, where the population is much smaller, precinct voting still works best for their residents.
Their regular polling places worked fine before. And it seemed to work fine. We talked to people in different locations before we made that decision. After COVID, decided to leave it the way it was before. That's the reason that we did that.
Both clerks say their counties are ready to undertake the gubernatorial election, with training and machine maintenance completed. However, in Warren, a few more poll workers would sweeten the pot.
We actually have more people wanting to work early voting than election day. We're staffed for election day, but we would like to see a little larger alternate list in case people were to call in or something were to happen. We'd like to be able. So if anyone wants to work election day, we still have some trainings.
In South Central Kentucky, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
And in the final gubernatorial debate before the general election in 2 weeks, Democratic Governor Andy Beshear and Republican Attorney General and candidate for governor Daniel Cameron clash over tax policies. They sharpened their closing pitches in Louisville during the Tuesday night debate. Beshear called for a cautious approach to phasing out the state individual income tax. He says is needed to guarantee revenues stay sufficient to support education, public safety, and health care programs. Cameron has vowed to preside over eliminating the individual income tax if elected.
At the end of the day, I'm going to eliminate Kentucky's income tax, and I'm going to do it in a thoughtful and responsible manner. But you will never hear Andy Beshear. You can ask him right now. Will he eliminate Kentucky's income tax? He will never say yes to that.
Would you speed up the time frame?
I'll do it in a thoughtful manner, along with the members of our legislature, to make sure that we eliminate Kentucky's income tax.
My opponent says that things cost too much with inflation. Well, what he's going to do is increase sales tax on everything and then apply it to groceries and medicine. Otherwise, he's going to gut public safety, he's going to gut health care, and he's going to gut public education. You simply can't afford the investments in those with his plan.
The general election is Tuesday, November 7th, with early in-person voting beginning next Thursday on November 2nd. That will last until November 4th in Warren County. You can also check your local county clerk's office for location and voting times. One more local news now. Shoes this season are necessities that not everyone has access to. And with the seasons beginning to change, there are many people in need. News 40 reporter Carlisle Coppins explains.
The Bowling Green Rotary partnered with the Shoe Carnival and targeted many schools with the greatest needs to donate hundreds of shoes to children in Warren County Public Schools. The tradition has been kept alive for several years because it means so much to the children and the people who have the chance to give.
We just like to help out as much as we can in the community. It's really the smiles on the kids when they see their shoes, put them on, and most of them are just beaming, and that's really what it's all about.
The teachers and staff who support these students daily see where the students lack, especially as the seasons change.
I'm so excited because some of these kids are really in big needs, and a lot of them have shoes or just hand-me-downs or whatever we can find for them.
This impacts the kids by providing a necessity they may not even know they need. For many children, these are the first pair of shoes picked specifically for them.
It definitely changes their whole educational experience.
But the love and support doesn't just stop at education. It carries over into the student's personal life.
These kids may not be receiving assistance at home. Our children will be impacted by receiving this donation because they know that they have people that are here to support them, not only at school, but at home, in our community.
In Warren County, because local matters, Carlisle Coppins, WNKY News 40.
All right, Carlisle, some exciting buzz around Franklin and Simpson County and a new way for family and friends to hang out just off of Exit 2 on I-65. The State Tourism Department awarded a grant to the project that is expected to bring a large entertainment development to the community. The Dine and Play Social House plans to offer a bowling alley, mini golf, and axe throwing, as well as a restaurant. Speaking to a city official today, it should be a great addition to the community.
So this project, as you said, this project will be something for locals to enjoy. It will provide more opportunities for locals, but by the same token, it will present the draw that I was talking about from other areas, not just Tennessee, but of course north and south of us.
County officials say, though this is in the preliminary stages, this would be a great thing to see come to fruition in Simpson County. A group of Warren County Public School students got to learn about farming in a unique way today. News 40's Noah Fairber has more.
At Oakland Elementary School, students got to take a field trip without even leaving school property.
Today we are here on the Mobile Science Activity Center at Oakland Elementary. The Kentucky Department of Agriculture has 3 trailers that they bring around to elementary schools within the Commonwealth. And in a way, it's as if KDA is bringing the field trip to schools rather than vice versa.
Students got to learn about different agriculture-related topics, and staff hope they learned something while they had fun.
I would also like for them to take the experience home and also to have a better appreciation for farmers and the agricultural products that we get from Kentucky.
Some students even got to make unique crafts that are related to things you'd see on a farm.
We do a lot of fun activities on board, like making soybean lip balm, biodegradable corn plastic bouncy balls, living seed necklaces, but really, as a whole, we're trying to teach agricultural science-related activities to different students across the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Miss Kentucky is a Warren County Public Schools graduate, and she's excited to come home in her new role.
I went to Plano Elementary and then South Warren Middle and graduated from South Warren High School in 2020. I just love connecting with students all across the Commonwealth, but it is so special to come back to my hometown of Bowling Green and get to meet so many wonderful students right here.
In Warren County, because local agriculture matters, Noah Fairber, WNKY News 40.
All right, Noah, I want to check back in now with Weather Chief Chris Allen on what's been a beautiful Wednesday out there.
Yeah, and it was a day in which we hit 80, as you saw, for an official high temperature. Right now, we have 50s and a few 60s that are showing up right now as temperatures are coming down, but this is not going to come down all that much. In fact, we're calling for 58 for a low tonight. Still a southerly wind at 9 under a mostly cloudy sky. That's going to keep temperatures up as well. But I do see some big changes coming as we head into the Halloween weekend and the first of next week. All the forecast details coming up, but right now, let's check in with Patrick in a preview of sports.
All right, thanks, Chris. We have plenty coming up in sports tonight. We have the full recaps from the 4th Region Volleyball semifinal matches out at Barron County High School. Right now, who will be playing in this year's championship in just a bit. Plus, Cole Scott previews our Football Frenzy Game of the Week. That's all coming up in sports. Morgan.
All right, Patrick, and more local news now. Warren RECC is sharing tips for hunters this hunting season. And the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife shares the importance of being safe while doing so. News 40 reporter Corinna Shadowan has more.
Hunting season is here, and safety goes hand in hand with the seasonal sport. Warren RECC is sharing a unique perspective on hunting safety, with tips that include not shooting at power lines or insulators and reminding hunters not to attach deer stands to utility poles.
We certainly don't want anyone to make contact with a line or anything like that. So best just to steer clear of poles to begin with. But also putting things, nails or that type of thing into poles can damage them.
If you see any damaged electrical equipment while out in the field, it is also important to report the downed lines to Warren RECC.
We certainly appreciate any help that we can get out in the field. We certainly love our members and we want everyone to remain safe. So definitely if you see something, say something.
Kentucky Fish and Wildlife says it's always important to survey your surroundings while hunting. Know your field of range and what is behind your target if you miss.
The main important things when it comes to hunting with a modern firearm, of course, is treating every firearm as if it is loaded by keeping it pointed in a safe direction at all times.
Wilson also advises to wear hunter orange to be visible to other hunters, and don't load until ready.
When you get in your stand or when you get in your blind or wherever it is you're going to hunt from, don't load until you're seated comfortably, you're where you're going to be, and then that's when you load your firearm.
Officials encourage participation in hunter safety courses to become educated on the basic rules of the game and hunter ethics if you are hunting on leased land. More information on education courses and hunter education cards can be found on the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife website at fw.ky.gov. In Bowling Green, because local matters, Corinna Shadowan, WNKY News 40.
Still to come on News 40 at 10. After more than 3 weeks with no Speaker of the House, the seat has officially been filled. The latest details in just a bit, but first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
Saturdays are for football. WNKY 40 is your college football headquarters. Watch games all day on WNKY CBS 40 and NBC 40.
I'm Tommy Modesto. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on News 40 Sunrise. Find out how you can ride in style with an upcoming bike rodeo. Plus, hear the spooky stories of WK's Greek houses in this week's edition of Throwback Thursday. These stories on News 40 Sunrise.
As Kentucky families struggled, Joe Biden brags.
Bidenomics is working.
Andy Beshear agrees. Beshear backed Biden's disastrous economic policies. Now he's endorsing Biden for re-election.
This president delivered.
For Andy Beshear, he did, giving $250,000 to fund his agenda.
I want to thank the president.
Beshear's with Biden. Trump backs Daniel Cameron. If you stand with Trump, vote Cameron for governor. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living. Your new home is protected with a 210 warranty and backed by our full-time service department. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com, because life is too precious to be put on hold.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
I'm a nurse and a single mom of 5 kids. Budgets get tight, especially with costs right now. But Andy Beshear crossed party lines to cut the income tax, putting more money in the pockets of families like mine. It'll make life easier for me and for so many other Kentuckians. Governor Beshear really cares about people, and it shows. He puts the needs of working families first, and it's making a real difference in people's lives.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. It's been such a toasty, warm Wednesday out there today.
Yeah, and it's going to be warm again tomorrow. Not as warm as today, I think, because we'll have additional clouds. And then we're going to look at rain chances. And then, well, I don't want to let I don't want to put the cart before the horse here.
But wait, there's more.
Yes. So you're saying there's a chance, yes, of rain and cold air. First, we'll talk about the polar plunge that is coming. And I know there are some of you that are like, is this really going to happen? The answer is yes. And I'll tell you why here, because we've got a big southerly flow that has been with us for the last several days. That helped us get to 80 for a high temperature today. We're seeing a piece of that polar energy right now over the southern provinces of Canada that is moving this way. Here we go into Thursday, tomorrow, into Friday. We can watch it advance. Here it comes into Saturday. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, this is when that cold polar air starts to come down a little bit closer to the Ohio Valley and settling in. And we're talking about cold air going as far south as the Gulf coastal states, and it's going to be right on top of us by Tuesday. And we know Tuesday's Halloween. I can tell you that trick-or-treaters are going to be you can't see what I'm trying to say is treated to cold air, because this is going to be like, is this a trick or a treat? No, it's going to be really, really cold. And I can tell you that for the trick-or-treaters going out, it is going to be something you should plan for if you're going out trick-or-treating on Halloween night, because it is going to be in the 40s, maybe even in the 30s for some of you as we get it out that evening. 66 is the temperature right now with a southeast wind at 5, the humidity at 61%, the barometer rising at 30.22. Okay, here we go. Late Wednesday map showing the southerly breezes here with the ridge of high pressure still in place and some of the clouds starting to move in. And now we're seeing even more rain and thunderstorm activity out in the plains in the middle Mississippi Valley. Our in-house computer forecast models trying to show even a few sprinkles trying to pop up here tomorrow afternoon. But I think really in earnest here, we're going to see better rain chances as we get into late tomorrow night and into Friday. Now, it doesn't look like much here. Some of this will be pre-frontal in front of the front. Other showers will be post-frontal, and that's where the colder air starts to gradually work in during the course of the weekend. It's not going to happen all at once, but one good thing out of this, we are seeing better rain chances starting tomorrow afternoon and evening, going up to about 50% coverage on Friday morning, and then Friday night back into Saturday and Sunday, and that's when the colder air comes in. The timing of this won't be where we'll get any frozen precipitation out of this. It should be all rain, but a cold rain toward the end of this, and maybe a ½ inch or more of rain Friday through Monday by the time we get rid of the rain in the area. 58, mostly cloudy and mild tonight, and then tomorrow we'll see another warm day, maybe not 80, but more like 78. Then showers and even a few thunderstorms Friday and Saturday. And then the big cool down happens Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those highs only in the 40s, lows in the 30s. And like I said, Halloween night, it could be quite frosty around here. And we're back with more News 40 at 10 right after this.
Pathways meets with their clients face-to-face, and we take clients on tours of the senior communities if needed. We are local people, we work in this community, and we care about this community.
Kentucky's Attorney General should protect our kids. But as a prosecutor, Russell Coleman gave sweetheart plea deals to dangerous sex offenders. One criminal Coleman faced sexually abused an unconscious child, created child pornography, and got a plea deal for less than the minimum sentence. In case after case, judges overruled Coleman's deals as too soft on predators. Stop Coleman. Protect Kentucky's kids.
WNKY News 40 Weather wants you to join our team. Become a weather watcher at WNKY.com. You can connect directly with our team. Plus, your photos and videos will be featured in our weathercasts.
Presented by JB Electric. Greatness starts with a strong tradition, powered by a fierce work ethic, a spirit of remarkable innovation, and unmatched leadership that spans generations. Find your greatness in a Ford F-Series truck, America's best-selling trucks, 46 years straight. Now get 3.9% for 60 months, plus $22.50 bonus cash, plus $1,000 trade assist on a 2023 F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Have big dreams for your space? When looking for home decor ideas, you want BG Home Furnishings.
BG Home Furnishings designers are here to bring your dream home to life with one-on-one design help. Personalized advice from the best has never been this easy, accessible, and valuable. The BG at Home team handpicks from over 100 brands to create a selection of furniture and home decor that is tailored to your style.
Call us today to set up your free in-home design consultation.
After more than 3 weeks of chaos and dysfunction among Republicans, the GOP has finally come together to elect a new Speaker of the House. Conservative Mike Johnson of Louisiana got the required 217 votes to take the gavel, something 3 other nominees failed to do. Johnson takes over for Kevin McCarthy, who was removed as Speaker after being targeted by far-right members of his own party. Nicole Killian has the story from Capitol Hill.
The Speaker-elect, Mike Johnson from the state of Louisiana.
Winning unanimously on the first ballot, Louisiana Congressman Mike Johnson claimed what had become a very elusive Speaker's gavel. After 3 weeks of stalled business without a permanent leader.
The challenge before us is great, but the time for action is now, and I will not let you down.
The 51-year-old Johnson is an evangelical Christian, former conservative radio talk show host, and in just his 4th term in Congress, the least experienced speaker in decades. But he managed to unite both the hard right and establishment flanks of the party, who fought bitterly over who should lead.
So no regrets about your actions?
Absolutely not. This affirms the path that we took.
Congressman, how are you feeling today, sir?
Democrats railed against Johnson, a staunch ally of former President Trump, who helped lead a congressional push to overturn the 2020 election results.
Joe Biden won
the 2020 presidential election. He's doing a great job under difficult circumstances, and no amount of election denialism will ever change that reality.
Representing Northwest Louisiana, Johnson has taken a sharp stance against gay rights and supports a nationwide abortion ban without exceptions. Florida Republican Matt Gaetz, who led the effort to remove Kevin McCarthy as Speaker, said the hardliners won.
If you don't think that moving from Kevin McCarthy to MAGA Mike Johnson shows the ascendance of this movement and where the power in the Republican Party truly lies, then you're not paying attention.
For Speaker Johnson, the challenges start immediately, including finding a way to fund the government before a November 17th deadline and considering President Biden's foreign aid package to Israel and Ukraine. Johnson told reporters he supports additional aid to Ukraine, but with conditions. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Stay with us. News 40's Patrick Carey is in with a look at sports right after this.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you have any trouble receiving Social Security benefits, call our office today for a free consultation.
Summer skies, they warm up everything.
So much Christmas the way Santa does.
I'm a nurse and a single mom of 5 kids. Budgets get tight, especially with costs right now. But Andy Beshear crossed party lines to cut the income tax, putting more money in the pockets of families like mine. It'll make life easier for me and for so many other Kentuckians. Governor Beshear really cares about people, and it shows. He puts the needs of working families first, and it's making a real difference in people's lives.
Tough times are inevitable, and we could all use a little help. Find the courage to reach out. You don't have to do this alone. Text your zip code to 898-211 or simply dial 211. Get connected. Get help today.
Hi, I'm Alex with the band Whitmore. For some futuristic karma.
Catch us this week on Marquee Backstage.
Saturdays are for football. WNKY 40 is your college football headquarters. Watch games all day on WNKY, CBS 40, and NBC 40.
Welcome into sports. We start on the volleyball court to the semifinals of the 4th Region Volleyball Tournament at Barron County High School. The Logan County Lady Cougars took on the Bowling Green Lady Purples in the first match, with the Lady Purples having the regular season advantage 2-0. However, the Lady Cougars fight to win in 5 sets tonight, stunning and ending Bowling Green's season. They will play in the championship match tomorrow night for the first time since 2013. And just after that match, the Warren East Lady Raiders squared off with the Greenwood Lady Gators for a spot in the 4th Region Championship. It was back and forth between the Gators and Raiders. The second set needing to reach 30 points in order to be won. Ultimately, it was Greenwood who will be playing Logan County in the championship match tomorrow night at 6 p.m. as the Gators won in a thrilling 5th set. Well, WKU took on Liberty in their second straight Tuesday night matchup last night. The Tops fell to the Flames 42-29. Austin Reed finished with 4 touchdown passes and one interception and 365 passing yards. With the victory, Liberty clinches a Conference USA championship spot. WKU moves to 4-4 on the season with a 2-2 record in conference play. Their next matchup is next Saturday when they visit UTEP for an 8 p.m. showdown in El Paso. Here's what head coach Tyson Helton said after the loss.
Probably positive for us, offensively, kept battling, got some quick scores, good to see, but little bit too late. So we'll get a couple days off here. We got 4 games left, got everything in front of us, still got a lot of opportunities to try to make this championship game. And November is an important month, as always, so we'll see how it goes.
And tomorrow, Hilltopper Hysteria is back at Diddle Arena as both the men's and women's basketball teams for WKU will showcase their talents on campus. The Lady Toppers are coming off a second-place finish in the conference tournament, while the men's squad brings in new head coach Steve Lutz. Both head coaches are excited to showcase what the 2023 season for the Hilltoppers have in store.
It's going to be fun on top of it. I mean, it's not going to be me ranting and raving down the sidelines. It's going to be a 3-point contest, a dunk contest, a skills challenge, and some fan interaction stuff. So it should be a fun night. You know, I don't think there's anything going on the 29th in town. So in case I'm wrong, I would like to think that we'd have a lot of people out there.
And this team has every reason to believe they're as good or better than last year's team. And so that part's exciting. And it's exciting to see the community get excited about the young ladies.
Well, tomorrow night, the South Warren Spartans are set to host the Logan County Cougars. Cole Scott has more on our game of the week.
As the regular season comes to a close, a pair of 7-2 teams meet up with massive RPI implications on the line. Both the Spartans and the Cougars have their first playoff matches locked down, but for South Warren head coach Brandon Smith, his team is still looking to get into a groove.
You know, last week wasn't as sharp as we wanted to be, and you kind of want to get in the playoffs, you know, kind of, you know, hitting your stride there, and I don't know if we're there yet, so we really need this game to do that. It used to be week 10 was, you know, whatever, I'm just trying to get to the playoffs, but with the RPI, that's not really the case now, so this game's got big consequences for us.
Logan County, on the other hand, has hit their stride, winning their last game over Warren East in convincing fashion, and head coach Todd Adler sees the matchup with the Spartans as an opportunity to grow.
You know, it's a great test before you go into the playoffs each and every year. Coach Smith and his crew do an awesome job, you know, of coaching their guys, getting their guys ready. And no matter win, lose, or draw, you know, our goal from this game is to learn about ourselves and hopefully see some flaws and see some mistakes that we need to correct before we get into the playoffs.
Both squads have their respective pros and cons at this point in the season, but this week is the last chance to solidify and strengthen those areas.
And special teams, you know, it's been a big flaw for us this year. Continue to get better special teams. Continue to get better in the tackling. You know, we missed a lot of tackles. It's created a lot of big plays for other teams that we played.
The Spartans have been strong on both sides of the ball for most of the year, but the team is still lacking in one area.
I still think our physicality needs to step up, you know, especially with our skill guys, you know, offensively and defensively. I think the line, you know, has been where, you know, they need to be at this point. You know, there's still some improvement, but our skill guys really got to come on and, you know, and take it to a different level.
These two teams are set to face off Thursday night, but for now, reporting from Bowling Green, Cole Scott, WNKY News 40 Sports.
All right, thanks, Cole. Well, that's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
Kayla has a few dings on her credit report, but here she is squealing like fresh tires in a brand new parking garage. You see, Kayla just used a portion of her future tax refund to finance a car because Byrider looked at factors beyond her credit score to help her get approved. Right now at Byrider's early tax event, you'll find flexible payment options on quality vehicles. Plus, bring in your pay stub for a free tax refund estimate.
At Horizon Pace, I have one doctor, not 4 or 5. And if I need to talk to that doctor and he's not with another patient, he'll come and talk to me. Everything's going real good. I come off of about 19 pills down to 7 now, and I love it. I wouldn't do without it right now.
Horizon Pace is the face of your healthcare. Contact us for more information.
Geez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with this ain't I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should have called JB. Trent, gee.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Prepare your child for a bright future by exploring fun at the Born Learning Trails. Each Born Learning Trail has a series of 10 interactive signs that offer fun and active learning activities for young children and their families.
Fly around in
United Way of Southern Kentucky invites you to explore a free trail near you today. Visit uwsk.org for a full list of park locations and to learn more. Happy trails!
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Senior living communities do all of this for you. They cook all of your meals, clean your apartment, do your laundry. Call Pathways today and let us help guide you in the right direction for your future.
Welcome back. Well, Chris, it seems we're in for a mild night tonight.
Yes, we're going to be in the upper 50s. We're pretty much there right now. Then tomorrow, maybe not 80, but close, 78. Then we see shower chances better coming in for Friday and Saturday. A little bit, I know, I'm getting the stink eye from Patrick.
I'm going
on
to
the
throw
other
an
side of the
interception
desk.
here and tell you I do not agree with that.
Yeah, but how about this thermostat being turned all the way down into the 40s by Tuesday and Wednesday, and then maybe upper 20s to low 30s as we close out October and go into November. It's going to be quite chilly.
Officially November-like weather.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Got to happen. All right, Chris, thank you so much. Thank you at home. We'll see you in the morning.